Papers from Caron Realty International, and I wanted to welcome everyone this morning. And Julie, welcome.
Thank you.
Julie will be sharing with you her personal and professional life balance while working in this crazy market right now. And as you've heard, the real estate market is on fire. And, you know, certain areas are absolutely crazy. Other areas might be a little slow. So we have to really be flexible and have a lot of market knowledge with what's going on in the different neighborhoods. But before we go there, I wanted to take this opportunity today to thank our clients and our team here at Caron Realty. We have actually donated nearly 5,000 meals to the food bank since we've had our program. And what we were doing is for every appointment our agents set, we then donated 10 meals to the food bank. So we continue to do that each month, and we'll see if we can do another 5,000 between now and next year. Anyway, life balance, what interesting topic. And I saw a saying the other day, and I thought it was, I thought it was very interesting since we can't travel like we used to. And it said, design your life in such a way that you would never need a vacation from it. And I sort of laughed a little bit when I saw that, because I thought, so many times we work and go on vacation, go on vacation. But this is the time really to look at your life and really plan out how you want your typical day to go, your week to go, and your month to go. And what I wanted to do, and I introduced Julie today, is let her explain to you, what she's able to get out of how our philosophy here is that work-life balance. And I'll let you share a few thoughts here, Julie.
Sure. So working at a boutique company, there's a small amount of us. So it gives Caron and Doug, the owners, a opportunity to really gather us as a group, because we're a small group. And they really encourage that work-life balance. So they have us do exercises to make sure we are being fulfilled in our personal life and professional life. So it really kind of comes down to planning. So for example, we just had a meeting where we did our vision boards for, we usually do it for the beginning of the year, but we did it now, and it's great because it really just makes you stop and think rather than waking up, Monday through Friday, go, 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 go. I guess for us, it's Sunday through Saturday.
And can I interrupt
Yeah.
there? And, we're really, really busy. And to do this on a Monday for 2 or 3 hours anyone would have said, you're crazy, you're too busy. But coming out of that meeting, why don't you explain how you felt and how that helped your week? Julie just actually opened 10 escrows in the last 2 days. But having that vision board party we had, explain how that felt for you to get into your work the last few days.
Absolutely. So yeah, so this past 2 weeks, I would say, could have really bogged me down. I could have gone home at the end of the day like, oh my God. But Caron really encourages you to, plan your day. So, I make sure I plan 30 minutes in the morning to have my cup of coffee and just think. Planned my exercise in the morning, because that's what jumpstarts my day. Because if I didn't have these things to fulfill me outside of work, I would just get completely bogged down, and I would get burned out. And I think we all would. So now it's just planning. For once a week, I make sure I have a standing date on Tuesday with my best friend. We go golf and do dinner. So I just have these things that I know I'm doing, that I know I'm looking forward to, and it just balances that heavy workload.
And I think that comes into, I had written in my newsletter actually last year about 10s, 25s, 50s, and 100s. And 10s is something that you like to do daily, that you would put in your planner daily. Like for Doug and I, we enjoy a cup of tea in the morning together, just to say hi. Even though we work and of course married together, we really don't talk. We're busy in our own worlds with our own clients. So it's a nice catch up for 10 minutes, and I enjoy that. And then every night we enjoy having dinner with Angus, and we wait till he gets home from tennis at 8 p.m. and we have half an hour together, which is really important. So we call them 10s. Identify some daily things that you would like to put in your schedule. let's talk about 25. So a 25 is something you'd like to do weekly. So Julie, what would that be for you?
Sure. So I had just mentioned, I have a standing date on Tuesday with my best friend. So every Tuesday we make sure we go and do dinner and golf. I've also committed to doing one new activity a week, whether that be a new hike, a new beach, a new restaurant. And I've been pretty good about sticking to it. Oahu there's countless beaches and hikes, so I really can't run out of them at some point. So those have been my 25s.
And and this is why I have Julie on the program this morning. She's doing it the best she's even beating me. She does so many new things. I'm like, wow, that is so fabulous. That is so fabulous. And if you're stuck on ideas, I actually did this last year. Well, actually a couple of years ago, I picked up that book, 100 Things to Do on Oahu. So, pick up a book for some ideas, because sometimes we forget we live in this amazing place that people pay a lot of money to come and do these activities. 25, a weekly activity that I just added to my schedule that I realized I stopped doing was swimming in the ocean. And so now I do that every Wednesday afternoon. And so, think of those things you used to enjoy that maybe you have stopped doing, start doing them again. And then how about a 50? What would you say a 50? A 50 is something that's maybe once a month that you enjoy doing.
For my 50s, I try to do something like, I think I put a staycation with my kids. That probably wouldn't be monthly. That would maybe like quarterly. But really just kind of scheduling that time to do something really fun and outside the box with my children.
Nice.
For sure.
Very nice. And even introduce it to your family, maybe, ask the kids, what do you want to do every week? What do you want to do once a month? Probably not be with mum and dad, actually, yeah. Depending on their age. But no, be involved with them. It's a very big part of it. And then we have the 100. What's a 100? Something that maybe you do once a year. Do you want to share something?
Sure. So my family is all in the mainland. So my 100 is to see my family once or twice a year, whether they come here or I go there. Obviously, the last couple of years has been difficult, but I'm excited to finally make a trip back this summer after probably 3 years. So those are definitely my 100s. And once we really start opening up, it's to travel somewhere new once a year.
And I believe also a 10, a daily thing that I think is really important that gets all this starting is thinking time. I think people underestimate how important thinking time is, and to put that into your schedule wherever you like. Maybe it's in the evening, maybe it's in the morning. But I had a very dear friend who's now retired at 43 years old. And I said, what made you so successful? He goes, Caron, I did a lot of thinking. I executed, but I thought about things a lot. And that's what life's about, designing your life and putting thought and effort into it. And there was another saying that I also came across, and it says, for most people, passion comes after they try something, discover they like it, and develop mastery, not before. To put it more succinctly, passion is the result of a good life design, not the cause. So designing your life, and, designing your life, it can be put in like the wheel of life. We talk about the wheel of life, our health, our finances, our business and career, our romance, our spiritual sector, our family and friends. And, as a team, I've seen so many of our agents do so well when we focus on the wheel of life, and we rate each one out of 10. And one of our agents, very, very successful out in the Leeward area. And she, as far as financial, she's buying a new home every year. And now she's going into financial planning. She's very young and she's very successful, not only professionally, but her personal life is very well put together. And do you want to talk about that, what we do on our weekly meetings,
Yeah. So I think that, just like we were talking about, goes back to planning. So our weekly meetings, we start every meeting with tell us your best personal experience for the week and your best professional experience for the week, because like we've been talking about this whole time, it all goes hand in hand. You can't be successful in one without the other. So I think it really, Caron and Doug really encourage that, because it's gonna reflect in our work if we're more fulfilled in other aspects of our life.
And why don't we talk about professional education? One of the questions we have every week is, what did you learn this week? So why don't we talk about that too?
Sure. Yeah, we go around and we say one professional thing that we learned this week. So we have countless educations in our as a resource here at the office, videos, audio, podcasts, scripts that we can go over. And then Caron and Doug are really encourage all of the agents like forward movement in their careers. Like right now we have a couple agents that are looking to become get their broker's license. So they're really encouraging that and helping to find a path and plan for that.
Yeah, and then any other thoughts that you would say that is really embraced you here is in a boutique, and we're very personal. We're about service. We're about, our clients, we just spoil, with lots of service and attention and professionalism. And
absolutely, I think it just comes down to the support and encouragement we all feel here. It makes it good to come to work every day. It makes you stop and think. They're not just looking for production out of you. They really make you stop and think of your life and how you want to design it and move forward.
Well, thank you, Julie. Really, it's nice to hear this come from what Doug and I, we really preach this in our life, in our agents' life, and then what our agents are getting out of this. And again, we're about high tech, high care, and high results, and that's being balanced in all areas of our life. And on that note, let's see Marianne's photos this week. And she's an amazing photographer, so I'll just share here. And this is finding balance in nature, she mentions. And first she has here birds pollinate flowers. It's Japanese white eye and orchid flowers. Beautiful photo. And the next photo here is the banyan tree, which of course trees produce oxygen. And then our next photo here, butterflies, the elegance and beauty of butterflies add to the aesthetic value to the ecosystem, she mentions. And the next, of course, is clouds, warm or cool the Earth's atmosphere. And giraffes prune the landscape where others can't reach and distribute seeds across terrains, helping to manage habitat for other wildlife. Gorgeous. Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Much appreciated. And until next week, have a wonderful weekend. Aloha.